Go ahead, but be reasonable a little. I know fans are unreasonable, but be a little rational, a little reasonable with what I'm about to tell you. Just hear it. Don't just feel it. Hear it. And what I'm saying is, it's reminiscent of you go back to Trinidad and De La Hoya, and yeah, De La Hoya technically won that fight, but he lost the right to really complain and to really revolt against it because of the way he behaved the last 3 rounds. He didn't try to win; he tried to survive. He just ran, and it blew the fight for him. But it blew his right to really, really be up in arms, and all I'm saying is that Catterall behaved like a guy at a certain point. He drops him. He's dominating the first 9 rounds, 8 rounds, whatever. And he behaved like a guy that already won it. I got news. He should listen to Yogi Berra. It ain't over till it's over. And he should understand that you have to fight a full fight. And by him behaving, I'll use the word behave, by being so defensive, going into the prevent defense the way that he did, like a football team, and just not really keeping the offense going, like shutting the offense off. He picked a few spots here and there, but for the most part, going so defensive. I think that is what allowed, obviously, Taylor to come on a little bit down the stretch, or maybe a lot down the stretch, putting pressure on, being a bigger man, coming forward, push. But it was a funny fight. You have to keep your emotions in check because Taylor was horrible. And the first thing I got to say, I got to get at my British, brothers and sisters over there. I got my Brits over there, my English brethren over there. Listen, guys. I called it, and you guys trounced me that Taylor was overrated, and you trounced me.
When I was a casual, I thought as a casual, I spoke like a casual, and I looked at boxing like a casual. But when I became a hardcore, I put away all those casual things. This is Michael Rogers, and welcome to Bodywork Boxing.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. And I want to thank all my subscribers. We hit a number of growth. We hit a good number. And I always say that my channel won't grow because of yada yada yada. Guess what? I lied. It's growing. Yes, because much like Teddy said before, man, it's a place. It's a niche market of people who really want to hear the truth. This is a little late. I had some things going on last week with the computer, but I had the video done up. I had the voice clip done up. I was already going to do this video. I just never got around to actually recording it. But with no further ado, man, I was trying to figure out how someone would actually come to the conclusion that Josh Taylor actually won that fight. A lot of people were. All you saw the next day, robbery, right? But the way that Teddy and Ken, they actually format the show, Ken gives the perspective from the fan, and then Teddy gives it from the expertise level of being a trainer, from the other side. So they have a good little balance. Unlike a lot of channels where they just want a lot of people to just be on there and agree with everything they say, there's a little balance in that there's pushback here, there's reasoning there. And the key about what Teddy said was, I always say that knockouts are not overrated. Knockouts, stoppages, making somebody quit on the stool, That's not overrated, because that's the only way to guarantee that the job gets done. You feel me? But the way Teddy explained it was, it came a point in time after Catterall was actually dominating that fight that he let up off the gas. He let up off the gas. And I would say that this is kind of like reminiscent to the last, not the last robbery I seen. I seen a couple robberies since this, but it was really that Robson Conceição against Oscar Valdez. That same reasoning and logic was given to actually award Valdez the victory. Does that mean he won the fight? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Everybody knows that Robson Conceição clearly won that fight. Everybody that watched this fight clearly knows that Jack Catterall actually won that fight. You know, but the wiggle room, and this is for all the boxers and the fans and, you know, people who really want to know, how do they do this? The way they do it is they can always say, oh, well, you let up off the gas. That's why I said Catterall cost him the victory. I mean, I don't know. He outlanded him. He dropped him and didn't get dropped. I mean, he controlled the fighter. He had the size disadvantage. And he pretty much was like taking it to the champ. I mean, you know, in a lot of ways, Josh Taylor was, you know, unnecessarily aggressive. He didn't let the fight actually come to him, which was to his disadvantage. But one of the things the judges is always going to look at is whether you take it to the champ and you take it from the champ. And I think it was in the last quarter of that fight in which Jack Catterall pretty much knew he won that fight, and he let his foot up off the gas. And that's how Teddy goes on to explain it, because a lot of people be wondering, well, how do they come up with these conclusions? Teddy told you. That's how they do it. So when you get commentators getting this talk about body language and, you know, they co-signing into the average person that watch it, you know, I got a friend of mine, man, he turned the volume down. He listened to music while he watched fights because he can't stand the commentary. Because sometimes they will sway you if you happen to turn your head and you just solely just listening to what they saying and you really not concentrating and focusing on what's going on in the ring. They'll have you think somebody's winning, and you know, what's before your very eyes will be telling you something totally different. You know, because Ken was, you know, he was voicing his opinion like, no, you know, it was clear, it was a robbery, you know, and it's some things going to happen, you know, as a result. We don't know what the British boxing, whatever it's called. You can look it up if you really want to know the name. I don't know what kind of judgment they're going to render, whether they're going to render a no contest or, you know, order a rematch. I mean, that's all Michael Fox got, I think. I mean, he got robbed and they didn't do a no contest. They didn't wipe that off his record. They didn't change anything. You know, it's almost like once that final bell ring and they render that judgment, it's pretty much a wrap. You know, but that was Teddy's take, and he went on to say that Josh Taylor is overrated. Now, with one loss, is it the loss that makes him overrated? Or is it the level of competition? Because he has fought, you know, he fought Regis. He fought Jose Ramirez. He fought Postal. So he got some killers on his resume. I mean, I would say you can say overrated. You can say slightly. You can say he's overrated. You can. I mean, especially if you look at him up against the likes of somebody at 147. And word out here in these boxing streets is that he will only rematch Catterall at 147. Yet weight was never an issue. Make it make sense. I mean, I think that, you know, saying somebody like Errol Spence's name, saying somebody like Bud Crawford's name, it might not look good for Josh. Anyways, you know, I mean, I'm always looking for ways to improve the channel. You have any recommendations, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for all my subscribers. All subscribers matter. here at Body Work, but we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
All right, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
My word, I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. It's Mr. Keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. Doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up. I'm out on top.
Hey, look, as you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fucked solid up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the fans that know.
We let y'all outside the ring. I'm a fighter. Like I said before, ain't no safety on the clock, so I'm gonna